Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Scorpio. How are you doing? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Scorpio, I've got one deck here we're going to look at for the overall energy for next week. It is called the Places Oracle. And we're going to put these down to get the overall feel of next week. And then we're going to throw some tarot on it to see what is actually going down in terms of a few details. Thanks for showing up here, Scorps. I appreciate you. And if you are brand new, I hope you will decide to stay. And if you are the person who comes back, thanks so much for doing that. And let's find out what's going on. At the end of this video, I am going to tell you about how to find the extended. And if you'd like a private read, I will talk about that as well. Scorpio, you're my jam. You are the opposite of me on the zodiac wheel. And a healed Scorpio is my jam. Let's find out what is going on with you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what Scorpio needs to know about the week ahead. Happy weekend to you, by the way. It's Friday as I drop these, but please remember that whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, next year, could resonate, maybe not today. We've got the bridge. It says connecting pathways and overcoming divides. Interesting. So it feels like there is that you've decided to bridge the distance between you and something else or someone else. We've got the arena. We've got competitive environment, sporting events, performance stage. Reminds me of Brene Brown's book. When I get this card, she always comes to mind. Her book, Daring Greatly. And The Man in the Arena is what that book is based on, right? It's a quote by Roosevelt. And just remember, I want you to remember that no matter what happens in building this bridge, whether it is a successful build or not, that you are the one in the arena. And you are the one who is brave enough to step in the arena. And whether you come out of it having erred and not having conquered whatever you wanted to conquer, remember that you are the person who was brave enough to get in the arena, and not everybody is. If you go look at that quote from her book, from Roosevelt, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's get one more card on the table. That kind of is you. I really feel like, you're the one in the arena. And though you come out with your face, marred with blood, sweat, and tears, that people can point and laugh at you, but you're the one who is in the arena. You're the one who doesn't need to take feedback from anybody who isn't as brave as you. I think it's pretty brave for you to build this bridge. We've got a tavern here. It says drinks, beverages, pub food, tavern, and tradition. It feels like there is going to be something to celebrate sometime at the end of the week. So possibly this bridge that you're building. I usually don't speak backwards unless it's Mercury retrograde, but this bridge that you are building here, I feel is connecting you to some place of success. It feels like it is a competitive place, a competitive environment, but I feel like your performance in the arena is going to help you build or overcome the distance between you and what you want. So whatever it is that you want, Scorpio, I think that you're going to be able to get it. And I feel like there's going to be something to celebrate at the tavern. We've got the window, framed views, glass portal, and windowsill. And then we've got floral, we've got the garden, floral delights, gardening joy, blossoming colors, plant care. And then we've got the winding path, curving trail, twisting route, and meandering passage. Look, I feel like you've been on a very long pathway that's been taking lots of like turns and twists, and maybe you don't really know what's coming up next, and maybe it's making you a little crazy, but I feel like something is about to bloom that's really beautiful. I think that you are about to put the finishing touches on your bridge. You're some sort of when we put a frame around something, it doesn't matter whatever chaos somebody's painted. If we put a frame around it, people focus on that thing. I think you've been focused on your growth. You've been focused on the sun shining on you and things that you can see clearly. It feels like you're about to make really good decisions. The window's open, which tells me that fresh air is coming in, or fresh ideas, something new. It feels like you're going to notice how far you've come in some sort of a situation or something that you've been trying to build for a while. Maybe something that you thought was insurmountable or too big for you to do on your own. I think you're about to, people are about to see you get in the arena and be brave enough to give some type of performance. It could be on stage. It could be on a world stage. It could be maybe you're on a stage giving some sort of a talk or telling people how you successfully overcame the divide and built the bridge. Tell me what this is here. Tell me more about this for Scorpio. We've got the 9 of Cups, and I feel like you, it's like a wish fulfillment. So whatever you're trying to overcome at this time, now this divide could be anything. It could be the distance between you and a person, the distance between you and the project you want to complete. Maybe you've been trying to build a business. It feels like something here comes to this place of inner happiness where you realize that you have built it all by yourself. Look at that. We've got the King of Cups, which is very interesting because I feel like it was the hardest thing you ever did to overcome some sort of divide and connect two pathways. But I feel like you made it look easy because the King of Cups is here. Because the King of Cups is the one that's tranquil on the surface, the duck on the pond, right? The one who is not going to let anybody see that, you know, that they're sweating. Not going to let anybody see that they're out of balance. Look, I'm keeping it all in balance. I'm good. But I feel like your time is coming when you're going to step out onto the world stage or into the arena or into this sporting, this competitive, it feels like a competitive environment, whether that is sports related, work related, love related. Tell me about the tavern. What are we celebrating at the end of the week here? The 10 of Cups. I kind of like that because look, 9 is here and the 1 is with the King, and that's 10 Cups. And then we have the 10 Cups here. You're celebrating some sort of an emotional happiness or an emotional goal that you have reached here. So drinks and beverages. It feels like there's going to be, at the end of the week, maybe this is everybody going out on your team to celebrate you building the bridge. Maybe you are literally an engineer. Maybe you build bridges for a living. I don't know. But the 9 of Cups is here. Tell me about this wish fulfillment. You have overcome something that a lot of people don't ever overcome. And I feel like it's because you're a fixed sign. It's because of your tenacity. We've got the 3 of Wands. We've got the Knight of Cups. This is strategy. Absolutely. It's because you're strategic. It's because you are patient. There's much to be said for a fixed sign that will only move when they feel it's strategically safe to move. And that's how I feel this is going down for you. We've got the 3 of Wands, which is telling me that in the future, there is something, a door that opens, a gate opens. It feels like an expansion into your future. And the reason that it's opening is because you've been slow and strategic. This Knight of Cups is the passive knight. And so this could be romantic for you. Take it as it resonates for you, whatever your discernment is as you come to watch tarot. We're all watching through a different perspective, right? We're all watching through different perception. Tell me more. And we've got the Hierophant. So there, whatever you're building here is to last the test of time, the Hierophant here. And I feel that you built it because you are a teacher or a spiritual teacher. You might have built a corporation. Maybe you're working for a corporation. But it feels like a big, strong, sturdy something or other that you've built. And you've overcome something. And it feels like somebody here is being looked at, like looked up to. I think people are looking up to you because you made it look easy. I don't think it was easy, but I think that you made it look easy. And that you have now, I feel, been so strategic that your future is going to be very happy. So expect wish fulfillment coming up in the very near future here. Because you've built some sort of pathway and closed some sort of divide. It could be that you, as a person, have come into connection with your spirituality. And the Hierophant tells me that maybe you've come to this place where you have strategically and slowly move towards your goal. And I feel like your wish fulfillment is here, saying, I have or will complete the goal. We do have the King of Swords here. We have the Devil energy, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel whatever it is you built on your own. I don't think you had much help. I feel like whatever it is, the assessment period, the building of brick by brick, it feels like you did all the heavy lifting. The King of Swords is here. It feels like the King of Swords is here to cut away doubt, to cut away fear. It feels like with the Devil energy here that you kind of had your doubts that you were going to be able to carry it all emotionally, because the King of Cups is here, and I feel like you were carrying a heavy weight for a long time, but nobody really saw it on the surface. So it feels like you have built something brick by brick, whether that is your reputation or a building or a business or a bridge itself. It feels like the King of Swords is here to cut through all of this devil energy, doubts, fears, I can't do it, people riding on your coattails, trying to take the experience from you or trying to take credit for your work. It's not going down because the Nine of Pentacles is here. People are really seeing you as someone who knows how to make a difference. And I don't think that they ever expected it of you, because the King of Cups is here, and the King of Cups is the Stoic, right? Is the person who is makes a huge impact in the world, or makes a difference with what they say or do, or something that is, I would say that, the king is infamous for sort of being on the throne while all of the waves are crashing in around them. So I feel like nobody knew that things were kind of at some point close to going sideways for you. But I feel like here we go. We are celebrating something here, something that you've built. So reputation, business, whatever it is that's Pentacles, maybe it's your bank account. We've got the Seven of Wands. We've got the Two of Swords. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. Look, the Two of Swords has been haunting me for about the last week and a half here. As we came out of the eclipse, everybody's making decisions that are making huge, very big impacts in their life. I feel like whatever you've accomplished over here that you've done by yourself that people are noticing, it feels like here is where you get the opportunity. You're celebrating a contract, a tender, an opportunity. Somebody sees the work you've done and they've chosen you, or the decision is in your favor. The Seven of Wands is here, and the only way that you could get people to notice you is because you stood up for yourself here. You put boundaries in place, you got disciplined, you followed the path that you'd created for yourself, and it's now going to bring you 10 of Pentacles. This is going to bring you status, maybe it's a glow up stage, a business. It's you've built something here that's going to stand the test of time here, Scorpio, is what it looks like. What are we talking about? Kind of interested about what we're talking about. Something that is going to come into clear view here. We've got the Nine of Swords. It was something that you thought you would never accomplish. And I think what you did here is you stopped worrying about it. Temperance energy is giving me the energy of you stopped worrying about it. You decided to take the good with the bad. Yes, things are going to go back and forth and back and forth. And finally, I'm just going to disconnect from the chaos, and I'm going to move forward into the calm. It feels like, look, I'm not going to get an answer here. I could probably pull cards forever to find out what the subject matter is, and maybe I'll get that in the extended. But we've got the framed view here. It feels like there is something here that is fresh and new, fresh air, fresh ideas. And it feels like you are now realizing how far you've come and how much you've grown. She's tending to the plant there. I'm going to put down 3 cards here. We're going to talk more in the extended. I'm going to see if I can get an answer about exactly what we're talking about here. And I'll put down the 3 cards here. If you want to come to the extended, please look in the pinned comment. Everything you need is there. If you want to purchase this one off, you can do that. If you want to come into the membership, you can do that. If you'd like to talk about or know more about live private reads or pre-recorded private reads, please take the link to Hypsee and look at my pricing, my timetable. Let's find out what else is going on for you. We've got the King of Wands. You are inspiring people to stand up and do the same thing you did. I feel like they see you as incredibly smart, having defeated the devil energy, having defeated these thoughts of I can't do it, or people who would ride your coattails to your success. It feels like you're inspiring people to slow down, think about things, get into a pause and get a perspective. What do you want from here? It feels like you are the King of Wands energy, the King of Swords energy, the King of Cups energy. The only one that we don't see here is the King of Pentacles. And that is the stability, the money, the material wealth, because I think that's coming because the Ten of Pentacles is here. There's something here that this whole journey, I'm going to say, is something that has grown you into the Emperor. One more card. Wouldn't it be interesting if the Emperor just showed up right now? We've got the High Priestess. So I feel like you are encouraging people to stop complaining. That's what it feels like, because Scorpio, I've always sort of seen you as the person who's like, you know what, I support you, but quit being a jerk. Stop doing stupid things. Like, I feel like you're the person who's just really honest and truthful, that you're sort of this, with your friends and your family and your children, you treat them all the same. Look, just don't do that stupid shit again. I feel like this is what's going on here. It's like inspire people by being quiet about it. Stop complaining is what I think you're showing people, that if you listen to your intuition and you're completely silent about your pause, or when things aren't working out for you, or having to stop or slow down and get perspective, that you will finally get inspired, or you will inspire others when you finally come to the place where things are actually in bloom. That is... yeah, it's okay to not know what's coming up in the future here, because when we're on a curvy trail, we cannot always see around the bend. We've got Nature's Haven, Recreation, Picnic, Retreat, and Park. And there we go. We've got the exhibition, the art exhibition. And this, I was saying that here, that when you frame it, people will focus on it, and that's what this art exhibition is here. People are going to focus on whatever it is that you're doing, and you may not even know it, but you're inspiring people to get out of their comfort zone and give reciprocal energy to other people in order to accomplish what it is that they want financially, or in their health goals, or whatever it is. We're going to go to the extended. We're going to talk more about all of this, see if we can get any more answers from this. Sometimes it's just not my business. I'm just going to say, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. We'll clarify all of this and find out what's going on here and how you're inspiring people by just simply doing it instead of talking about it. Because we live in a world where people talk about it so much, but they don't do a damn thing, right? But I feel like you're the doer and not the talker. You're just gonna let people see the bridge after it's built. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. And if you want to come to the extended, that's where I'll see you next. And if not, that's okay, because I'll be back, because I'm always back. Hope you are too. Bye-bye.